Macklemore got addicted to lean.
Yeah.
That's
a
why
lot of rappers have got addicted
So
to
like
lean.
he's following in Macklemore's footsteps. It sounds like.
Macklemore is your example?
Yeah, no, this is no, he's right. He's right.
Lil Wayne? Like,
No,
That is
Macklemore.
like hit rapper Macklemore. On today's part of my take, we have Kentucky Sports Radio, our takeover of Kentucky Sports Radio. Once a year, we have our best calls, and we also have starting quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats, Will Levis. Awesome interview with him.
Future number one pick.
We're going to do a little guys on chicks. We have hot seat, cool throne. We're in that weird spot in the week where we didn't have a new NBA game, but we're going to talk a little NHL. Get you ready for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Hank on the wood, Hank Lockwood. Love it. And we're brought to you by our friends at Visible. What would you do with extra money you'd save by switching to Visible? You could pay $60 with some carriers or as little as $25 a month with Visible. With the extra money, you could take someone on a date or maybe just live your single life and buy yourself dinner. By the way, reminder to everyone out there after Game 3, tweet us who you thought had the single most important play or who was the single most important player of the game, and make sure that you tag Visible and PMT on Twitter and Instagram, and we're giving away PMT signed basketball jerseys to AWLs who tag both PMT and Visible on Instagram and Twitter with their submissions, so make sure to tag us both on your chance to win after Game 3. Switch to Visible at visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single lines wireless for as low as $25 a month. Comparison to a single line with unlimited data at other major carriers. For plan and network details, see visible.com/pod. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by Visible. Go to visible.com/pod and get unlimited single line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Today is Wednesday, June 8th, and the New York Rangers are one game away from the Stanley Cup Final.
Let's go. Congratulations, New York. Now, we are taping this about 4 hours before the game starts.
Yeah, Hank just shook his head.
I just got vibes. I got vibes right now coming from the New York Rangers. They feel like the team of destiny.
Mm-hmm.
They got the hottest goaltender on the planet. They need to get things done in 6 games or less, or else they're going to be going up against Justin Bieber, who has a concert scheduled for MSG on the night of Game 7, and something's got to give.
I actually take it back. I'm shaking my head because I think one of the Rangers fans in here was telling me that the Rangers and Celtics basically win and lose consecutively. So if the Rangers win, if the Rangers win, or at least recently, maybe the last series or two. So if the Rangers win, that
really
means the Celtics.
Yeah.
The Celtics will win. No, but like the last Rangers loss was the last Celtics
like
loss.
a week and a half it happened, yeah.
But that's like 5 or 6 games.
So if you're a Rangers fan and you lost this game, sorry, because that sucks to start the show with that. But we do think they're going to win.
I think they're going to win.
They won.
The crazy thing is, and this kind of goes against like what I've been thinking and my whole logic behind putting that future on the Rangers, but I think Biz Nasty talked me into considering the Rangers as being like a team that will get outplayed all the time, yet still somehow find a way to win. I kind of like that. Those are fun-ass teams to root for.
Yeah, they are.
Like they could have won on Sunday, even though they just got the shit kicked out of them. You know?
Right, exactly. I agree. They're the scrappy dog left in the fight. We do have a final on the other side. The Colorado Avalanche sweep the Edmonton Oilers. They're in the Stanley Cup Final. The cup is not coming home to Canada. I apologize to all of Canada for not being able to do that. But
maybe you did one better though. Maybe you brought a title back to New York.
Yeah, well, or I gave them Witt in exchange because he got stuck in Canada for an entire 3 days, it felt like.
That's tough. He's like the guy from The Terminal, Tom Hanks.
Yes, Les Terminal.
He became a national Canadian news story.
Right,
yeah.
right.
No, Ryan Whitney is our Brittany Griner.
Yes, exactly. Free him.
Free Ryan.
It also brings up the worst stat in sports if you're a hockey fan, Canadian hockey fan. The America has won a Grey Cup more recently than Canada has won a Stanley Cup.
Sorry.
We had the Baltimore Stallions in 1995. We don't have a team in the CFL anymore. We haven't had a team in the CFL for 25 plus years, but that's a crazy stat that Canada, the last cup they won, I think it was 93 Montreal. The 95 Baltimore Stallions won a Grey Cup more recently than they did win a Stanley Cup.
And the Raptors and the Blue Jays,
And-
MLB and NBA.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's tough.
Right. We were more saying like America's stealing Canada's things, though.
Yeah, we
Canada not
basically
stealing our thing.
we kidnapped the Stanley Cup,
Right.
And it's just been down here. They're well within their rights to start a war.
It's not
honestly.
Canada's thing, though. Canada's thing would be hockey NBA or MLB, because that's what they've won more recently.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like the Stanley Cup, that belongs
Canada's.
to Canada,
and we just win it every year. It's tough.
we got
Very
your
tough.
leader.
Yeah.
I am the captain now.
Yeah. Billy, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. I was going to say lacrosse is also a Canadian national sport.
Okay, very good.
Billy, why don't we do this right now? How was your trip to Albany? Because we haven't seen you since then. I actually, do you know what happened? Was Billy was out on Sunday. He had something else. We already had known about it. But we were texting on the group text about dinner, and I realized like after about a half hour, I was like, wait, oh yeah, Billy's not here today because why has he not chimed in? It was very odd. Like I noticed you gone by the fact that your absence in the group chat for dinner was the first moment I was like, where's Billy?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's where your voice is always
I was
heard.
missed.
You were.
We were deciding like where we're gonna eat, and we didn't get any text.
We didn't have anybody to give our game ball to.
Yeah,
Someone's got to be decisive.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, so how was it?
It was great. I mean, Jake and I had an awesome time. I mean, lacrosse was something that I was very into in like middle school and early high school, and I just saw so many people and saw so much stuff that just like kind of had me a little starstruck. There's certain things that like get me a little starstruck, and it's like seeing all the players I watched play, like in some of the like East Coast Dies, which is a YouTuber who used to teach you how to string your stick, and it was just like it was being like Disneyland.
I saw that you strung your own stick. You basically
Yeah.
you knitted, right? It's basically
I
knitted.
knitted. Yeah.
How did that work out?
Honestly, it was like riding a bike. I strung it up. It was like I hadn't forgotten.
So the netting, it held, the integrity stayed true, and you
Yeah.
didn't have any mishaps with your stick at all, where you tried to throw a shot. That just popped out.
I mean, it wasn't perfect. It could definitely
Throw a
have used
shot.
some more
Is it not throw?
hold. I didn't channel it as much as I should have, and didn't have enough hold.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So overall, though, good experience.
Awesome.
And you're maybe low key kind of a pro lacrosse player.
No, I mean those guys are just like being on the
guys
sidelines, seeing on the sidelines lacrosse up close, like especially at that level, you can truly see, and that this doesn't come through a lot of the old broadcasts, but the PLL is doing a great job broadcasting it. The legit violence that occurs during a game, like guys hitting each other with weapons, stuff that hasn't been seen since like tribal warfare.
Jake, that's very eloquently put, Billy. Jake, can you walk us through the shot heard around the world?
Yes.
Jake stepped up. Now, have you ever played lacrosse before?
No, I have not.
Ever?
I've held a stick. We have a mini water dog stick in here somewhere. I've held
So
that.
you're counting that as your only lacrosse experience prior to this weekend?
Yes.
Okay, so you stepped up and Billy got in net, and he was basically like, try to get one past me. Mm-hmm. And was it your first shot?
I'll be honest. It wasn't my first. I believe it was my fourth ever shot at a lacrosse goal.
And what happened?
I made it.
And Billy couldn't stop it.
Correct.
And how did Billy react to that?
Probably saying like, dude, I saved 9 out of 10.
But he didn't stop this one.
Correct.
It was a
Right.
sick shot, though. I'm sure
Thank you.
watching the replay of it, you're like, man, that was nice. I think everybody watched that and thought the same thing. Like, wow, Jake, you are way better than Billy at lacrosse.
I mean, the one shot online has me making one and him not even getting a shot off.
It's true. It's very
Oof.
true. Billy, how mad were you just knowing all the videos and tweets that you were going to receive when Jake made that shot on you top cheddar?
I'm getting worse at my job because I don't take the bait anymore.
What's that?
You didn't take the bait when you responded right away when I tweeted out the video, and you're like, that was one of 9 times, and I saved all the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I just honestly looking back, it was such a great time. Memes and I were doing one-on-ones.
He's not taking the bait right
Not
now.
taking the bait.
Smart.
Memes and I were doing one-on-ones and just beating the shit out of each other. More, he was beating the shit out of me with a pole.
Yeah, you got
sick.
mad at memes.
I didn't get mad. Well, memes. I mean, you can even see it now. It's like the bruise is turning like that, like yellowish, like greenish color. but we were going at it. It was fun.
And at least
Dukes was there.
You threw a shot 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I would have broken 100. I need to get back on the radar gun, but I shot at 97 after like 6 years of not playing lacrosse, and that was pretty awesome.
Okay, so that good trip. I'm trying to think what else. We have Game 3 coming up.
In the Avalanche Oilers series, that was the best 4-game series that I've ever seen.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers played the best 5-game series beforehand.
It's crazy how good those games were.
Although a couple of them, one of them, I think Game 2, the Avalanche killed them.
But there were
Game 1 and Game 4 were great.
There were so many exciting games, but unfortunately, we only got 4 games worth out of it.
Yeah.
And I think, listen, I was doing some reading on the goalie for the Oilers last night, Mike Smith, who is maybe my new favorite player.
He sucks
in the NHL because he sucks, but he's like occasionally awesome, but he really sucks. So He's like if Jameis Winston never really put in training effort. Mm-hmm. And I was reading an article about him from Puck Daddy, and he put it like the perfect way. He said to watch Smith play is to watch the embodiment of a Reddit comment where every third word is capitalized and misspelled. Just crazy watching him play. Like soft goals, incredible saves, and I'm just sad that we're gonna have to bid this series goodbye like too soon. I wanted to see more games between these two teams, and especially to get the analysis of Paul Bissonnette with his head shaved.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they signed off for the season. And Biz Nasty with his head shaved next to Wayne Gretzky as he was like trying to give serious hockey analysis. And he was actually doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
But I just kept getting distracted by the fact that his head was completely shaved.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, the problem with this series is I never felt like the Oilers ever really had a chance, which sucked. Like, that's the only part. The Avalanche are very, very good. They're very exciting. I like the Edmonton Oilers Calgary series a little bit more just because it was back and forth more like that. I think the Avalanche won Game 2 4-0, which was a dud, and they won Game 3 4-2. But Monday night was a great game. Overtime, anytime there's elimination, overtime, fantastic. And the Avalanche look like the best team.
Yeah.
Like if they don't win it now, that's a big disappointment.
Big disappointment.
Huge disappointment. All right, so we have Game 3, Celtics. Hank, you're ready to go. We talked about it a little bit with Guys on Chicks. We also have the LIV Golf Tour, which are we going to be fans of the LIV Golf Tour?
It feels like
I
the
think I'm a
Super
fan.
League.
Yeah.
You're a fan? You're a Blood Money guy?
I don't
You're
get.
whitewashing it?
Well, it's like I don't know. I definitely it's like comment to the comments back to that, but like there is not all sports leagues are like the most stand up leagues.
I'm struggling to identify one that like beheads people.
Well,
the NBA. This is again
Goodell.
comment of a comment of a comment. Goodell
Would
obviously
probably
behead anyone if he had
cut
the
somebody's
chance.
head off. Yeah, true.
yeah, I'm not.
No,
this one's probably the worst.
Yeah, probably there are people that will point out like the business that the NBA does with China is not exactly clean money.
They would
coming
talk
in.
about
And that's-
oligarchs owning soccer teams and stuff like that.
And I think those are all fair things to say, but this is like just straight up cut and dry. The kingdom being like, hey, we'll give you more money than you're making now to come play golf over here. I actually think that like the outcry wouldn't be that bad against it if when Phil Mickelson made his comments back in November, he wasn't so like cut and dry about what he was getting in bed with.
Right.
When he was like, yeah, they're bad guys, they're scary guys. They cut guys apart with bone saws and cut gay people's heads off. But it's an interesting opportunity. If he hadn't like spelled out all of his reservations right up front, I feel like people they'd be more inclined to kind of like let it slide and be like, hey, we understand Phil. Phil spends a lot of money.
Yeah,
so he needs a lot of money.
He needs the money, and the $25 million to the winner of the first tournament.
I feel like they should have spent a little bit more money on the graphic design of the teams, which I don't even really understand that there's 12 teams or whatever within this league.
Wait, there are?
They released teams and team logos, and they're like truly the most basic, disgusting logos you've ever seen.
And also, why did they come up with what is LIV? What is it? Is
Live,
it?
laugh, love.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's kind of weird to like be talking about beheadings and stuff, and then have the golf league called LIV.
Yeah, it's like methinks the lady doth protest too much. It's
I also just think of the nightclub in Miami. I think of like a weird Super Bowl.
It's also very funny that they have Ari Fleischer as their spokesperson for the tour.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for a guy that has a history of ignoring violence committed by Saudi Arabia, you could do a lot worse than Ari Fleischer.
Yeah, he's out there with his Bissonnette haircut at all times.
He's going to blame the Iraqi tour instead.
Yes,
These are the
yes.
guys that we really need to go after.
So who's playing it? Dustin Johnson, Phil,
Kevin Na.
Taylor Gooch.
Taylor Gooch.
They got the Gooch.
Gooch had a quote of just like, I'm dumb. I just hit ball in hole. Don't ask me about it.
I kind of respect that.
It is a strategy. Like if you're gonna, you got to either say, essentially, the money's too good, or like I'm so stupid I don't even understand it, or you could do the Phil did the wrong thing where he's like, it's not that big a deal what they're doing.
yeah.
Here, I'll give you the players and I'll give you the captains and their team names.
Okay.
Okay.
Dustin Johnson, 4 aces.
Now, he probably needs a lot of money, too, for certain things.
Graham McDowell, Niblix.
Niblix.
Ian Poulter, the Majestics. But like
Niblix sounds like a terrible like British candy bar.
I was going to say, like, a shitty corn breakfast cereal.
the Majestics, but sticks is STICKS.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Kevin Na, Ironheads.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Louis Oosthuizen, Stinger. Not even Stinger, it's just Stinger.
Stinger. Okay.
Martin Kamer, the Cleats.
Keimer. Yeah. Cleats.
It's Keimer, it's K-A-Y.
The cleats.
Cleeks.
Cleeks?
CLEEKS.
I don't know what a clique is.
A shitty vegetable.
Peter Uecheln,
Yeah, nailed that
Jake,
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Uline, the Crushers,
Cool.
one.
That's a cool name.
That's like what I would have named my soccer team when
Yeah.
I was 8 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Phil Mickelson, the High Flyers, but High is spelled HY.
Okay.
All right. That
Sure,
doesn't-
go for it,
why?
Phil.
Sergio
Why
Garcia, Fireballs,
Okay, that's
we'll
cool.
never win a majors.
Yeah, fireballs.
Siwon Kim, Smash,
Just smash.
just Smash.
like that.
That's cool. Yeah.
Taylor Gooch, Torque,
Okay.
I don't know about that one.
and Wade Ormsby, Punch.
I like punch. Just punch.
Punch.
The logos
smash.
for these are so
Crush.
bad, though.
I have the reason for the live.
Yeah.
Roman numeral for 54, number of holes in each tournament.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, and they're doing
That's
like-
why I kept on thinking of Super Bowl.
They're doing
Yeah.
like a shotgun start for most of them too, which is going to be weird because you'll have guys teeing off on par 5s or par 3s. It's going to be strange. You know
Where
what
is it on TV?
I don't know.
Is it on TV?
But
I
I
assume that.
Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and livegolf.com.
I would love to send Billy to be our correspondent for the Live Tour, just because you probably have the highest percentage or highest probability of a journalist being killed. Covering
Well,
that
also
tour.
he would
If
just
they
come
paid us
back.
a bag, would you guys say no to like advertising?
Let's talk turkey.
Yeah. How
Wait,
much?
can I get some
Right.
emojis?
That's the whole point.
Everyone's got a price.
Exactly.
I will go there if I get all the emojis.
I'll sell Billy up the river. Like I'll send him over to.
Billy would definitely come back and be like, low key, these guys are kind of chill. Like, you guys got to bat. I think you're misunderstanding what they're doing.
Yeah, no, the propaganda would work on Billy.
Yeah, oh, easily.
Like it's actually, Prince bin Salman has put forth a lot of efforts to modernize
Yeah.
the way that they're doing business right now. For example, women can drive on certain days of the week.
He invited Ellen over for a dinner.
Yeah,
Low key, he's kind of accepting.
They've got great wrestling events.
No, I'm gonna be a total sucker for when, like, if I do go there, they're gonna go show me all of their like exotic animals that they have, like
Yeah,
the tigers,
true.
The
lions,
falcons. Yeah,
bears,
you're
falcons.
All right, well, listen, if we can figure out how to get you there, I would absolutely sign off on that.
Boss man Hank.
Go cover the live.
They gotta pay us.
Yeah.
Live.
No,
Which then becomes, I mean, I guess.
no
cares? People
disrespect
hate
to
us
Jake,
anyway.
because Jake would obviously be much better at covering an event or a sport like this. But also, we don't want you to be killed, Jake. So
Yeah, I'll pass this one to Billy.
I mean, if
there you
Liv was smart, killing Billy would be great publicity. Because we'd have
Absolutely.
to talk about it. Like, we'd have to give them airtime. Be like, yeah, they killed Billy.
yeah, and then we probably do like an entire serial podcast
Yeah.
where we try to find out who's responsible for Billy's death.
Yeah.
It's us.
It would
It's us for
definitely
knowingly sending
It would
them.
drive headlines.
I'm actually so down to go, like traveling internationally.
Of course.
I mean, they probably do like really cool. What's it called?
You're already doing it.
He's already. They don't even need to waste any time trying to indoctrinate him. He's done. He's ready to go.
I think that they're going to do something that'll make the scoring a lot lower because they need to, attract eyeballs so they could be like, wow, they're setting records out here.
This should make the courses easy.
Make the holes a little bit bigger.
Yeah. But I mean, if they play on just a regular course, not like a difficult course, they'll all score very low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Pin placement.
make the holes bigger though.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Okay. Let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. Billy, you're going.
I'm down.
Hot Seat Cool Throne brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. Summer is full of official events like weddings, graduations, annual 4th of July barbecues. But everyone knows the best part of the summer are the unofficial ones. This summer, Coors Light is the unofficial beer of everything unofficial. The official beer of everything unofficial. Celebrating those moments that truly make summer chill. What is an unofficial event, Billy?
Chilling.
There we go. Good answer.
Very good.
Good answer. Maybe playing some beer pong. Maybe playing some beer die out back. Saturdays are the official, unofficial event of the summer, and Coors Light is there for you. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. Summer chill starts with Coors Light. Make the most out of your summer with a chance to win exclusive chill merch, fun local experience, even a trip to New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. Enter to win at CoorsLight.com/take. Sweepstakes ends 8/15/2022. Game ends 9/6/2022. 50 U.S. states and D.C. 21 plus only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit CoorsLightSummer.com. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. CoorsLight.com/take. Check it out now. It is officially unofficial event time with the summer. Time to chill. Time to crack open an ice cold Coors Light. All right, Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hank.
My hot seat is umpires.
Okay.
We had the controversy obviously last week with PFT and his son's little league team, and him getting kicked out for cussing at an umpire.
I mean, also you're leaving out the fact that he just left the game for about 10 minutes.
True.
Right when it started.
And the cross.
And I've never seen this happen before.
Then last night or 2 nights ago, in the Maryland game, obviously the College Baseball World Series is heating up. In the Maryland Super Regional game, one of the worst calls I've ever seen. The ump basically called runner out for basically running into the first baseman, but the first baseman was in his way because it was a bad throw, so the first baseman had to basically go into the runner's way, and they collided. The umpire called the batter out, and then a run scored at the same time, and technically he probably scored before the contact happened. He called the runner out even though he was just running down the line, and then he called the person that scored out because he said it happened before the play or it happened whatever after the contact happened, which wasn't true. Maryland ended up losing.
It was a terrible
brutal call, and then now their season's over.
Can I play devil's advocate here?
Sure.
Can I back the boys in blue? Because
now you're backing the boys in blue.
Because
true.
It was
different tune.
Well,
summers ago.
This wasn't a high level little league game. This was a professional college game, okay? And it comes with higher level umpires. And by the rule, it's not about him running into the first baseman. The rule was that in the final few steps when you're going down the first baseline, you have a specific channel that you have to stay in. And then you can make the choice to leave that channel or stay in it. He was actually never in that 3-foot channel or that 2-foot channel. And so by the rule, it's the right call, but it's a shitty rule because anyone that watches that play is like, this dude should have been safe at first base. He didn't do anything wrong. But if you want to get into like the screenshot police of it and see exactly where the runner was, apparently by the rules of college baseball, it was the correct call. But it's a shitty call and it's a shitty rule. It's a rule that should never exist because it did fuck Maryland out of a chance to tie that game.
Michigan got screwed too. It's just more baseball. I feel like it's just more chances to be upset at the umps.
And you see the umpire, the guy was
that was what I was going to say. So there's two. There was a kid that hit a home run. He was basically watching the ball go, and the umpire got behind him and basically like pushed him to keep going.
Yep.
Just kind of crazy stuff in the umpire world. Just and I feel bad for umpires. I was a little league umpire. Everyone says there's an umpire shortage going on right now because of dads like PFT, but
it's called accountability, Hank. I've never seen that called.
Right. I feel bad for umpires, but they're on the hot seat. These are some crazy calls, and they're getting put in the spotlight. It's not good.
Yeah.
My cool throne is gaslighters, cheaters, and liars.
Ooh.
I message. Oh, Billy had that
just
one.
said yes.
Yeah.
Billy's pumped.
There was an Apple event, and they were rolling out their new features.
Yes.
The iMessage app in iOS 16 is getting a new undo send feature, as well as the ability to edit chats you've already sent and mark threads as unread. So RIP to all the young people out there who are going to be getting gaslit or say like I never said that or edit things.
That could have saved you. If only that feature had come out.
I know.
A couple months ago.
I know. At 45 day one.
The
could have been never existed.
The feature is good, but it's also going to drive everyone insane. It's like whenever
Why is it good?
Well, because
why would you undo send anything?
I mean, PFT sent a text message last night by accident to Peggy. That was very weird.
Well, it was to everybody,
right? But Peggy was included.
But like, if we saw that and you undo sent it, like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So it's similar to.
I'm just gonna screenshot everything now.
When someone tags you in an Instagram reel and then deletes it, and then you go or like a story and deletes it, and then you see that they tagged you but then deleted it, it drives you insane.
Right.
That's what it's gonna be now. Yeah. It's gonna suck. So it's good for the specific chance that you might send something bad. It's bad for every other instance.
Yeah, I would have loved to have had that last night.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird text.
It's a weird text.
Yeah, want to read it?
Can we read it?
Yeah, we'll read it. We'll read it. So
it's kind of misogynistic.
Well, no, because okay, all right.
Say that.
So I'll give you the history. I'll give you the history behind the text because it's not misogynistic.
Wait, can I read it first? Yeah, let me read it. Let me read it.
Yeah, read it. Yeah. Read it.
Mm-hmm.
Say you've chased after grosser things than that after a long night at the Parker house. Whoops, wrong text.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So sounds bad, right?
Yeah.
However, Hank, this was because our good friend Diana Rossini was going on Get Up in the morning, and Greenie texted her the rundown for the show, and occasionally she'll hit me up if she's like, hey, can I get a one-liner for this? And so I was like, yeah, you should say that to Greenie, or you should say live look at Greenie chasing after another show on ESPN that comes available. So I was trying to send her one-liners. Whoops, sent it to the wrong text message.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be you.
Reverse misogyny.
Reverse misogyny.
Yeah.
I was making, well, yeah, I guess that was kind of misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's okay.
She said it on the air, so the joke made the air.
There we go. Beautiful.
I'm basically a TV writer again.
For Get Up.
For Get Up.
Dreams come true.
Well,
Beautiful.
It's funny because she only hits me up when she has something that she wants me to write something that will make Greenie laugh, and I only do it because I'm making Greenie laugh by osmosis.
Did he laugh?
By proximity. Greenie never laughs at himself.
No, did he laugh at your joke?
Oh yeah, I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah. So okay,
me and Greenie are basically best friends.
So Cool Throne. That was your Cool Throne.
It was.
Yeah.
Correct.
Thrones?
Throne.
Okay. All right.
Oh, just one.
Oh, fathers. Actually, I had fathers on my Cool Throne as well.
Yeah.
We have great Rowback Father's Day gear. Everyone loves our Rowback gear. My dad loves it. My grandfather loves it. Got to get them some great polos. And then we also have some merch. We have some Top Gun merch. So go check it out.
And also new dad hats that I just have releasing that just is very simple. It's got like a dad hat with just a recliner on it, a dad hat with like a pin, a golf hole.
Have you thought about doing a dad hat with another dad hat on it?
We got that.
Right a hat with a hat. There you go.
The hat with the hat.
Put a hat on a hat.
Hat with just a football on it. Hat with just a baseball on it. It's just kind of, you can just, if you're a dad, you know that the less words, the better. Just wearing a hat that has a little football on it. It's like, dude, I'm in football mode. Don't talk to me.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Your hot seat, Cool Throne.
Okay. My hot seat is Disney adults. Because there's a post on Reddit that's been going viral. Am I the asshole for not having catering at my wedding? So this is, I'm going to read this out loud here. I'm a 28-year-old female and my fiance, male 30, just got married 2 months ago and we had our dream wedding. Everything was perfect, and I mean everything. My parents and his parents helped us pay for a great chunk of the wedding so we would be debt-free, and we are so eternally grateful for that. The issue arose about a month and a half ago when my aunt started posting on Facebook about how disappointed she was with the whole ordeal, and a few guests sided with her. Background, my fiance and I are huge Disney fans, and we travel to Disney World as much as we can throughout the year. Disney is such an important part, not only to us, but also our marriage. The issue was with our decision to not offer catering services or bar services at our wedding due to routing the money towards having a wedding Minnie and Mickey Mouse appearance at our special day. The cost to have both Minnie and Mickey for a good chunk of time, 30 minutes, was almost exactly what our parents allotted for a catering budget, so we scheduled an appearance during our first dance and our wedding photos, forgoing served food, though there were plenty of facilities at the venue where people could eat. So now her parents and all their family are very, very upset with them for electing to choose the money meant for food at the wedding on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And I say it's their wedding.
Well,
Let them do what they want.
I also think that if you're a Disney adult, I thought, by the way, you were going to talk about that clip. Did you see that clip where the people tried to get engaged at Disney and the guy
took the
came
thing away.
running and was like, do it over here.
Yeah.
In the middle of the engagement.
Well, they had hopped a fence to get there.
Yeah, but still, like, he could have just waited 2 seconds.
We know if you hop a fence at a park, sometimes that, goes without saying.
Yes.
Can end poorly.
Yes. All right, so if you're a Disney adult, everyone in your family knows that.
Yeah.
Like, so what are you going to, you know what I mean? Like,
you expect something like this to happen at a Disney adult wedding.
you're already going to a Disney wedding. Everyone should be like, hey, we're not getting cocktail wieners tonight because Mickey and Minnie are showing up.
The only thing I would be disappointed about is their negotiating skills, which is like your entire catering budget only got you 30 minutes with Mickey and Minnie. I think that like
That's
you
expensive,
can stretch that dollar.
Yeah. Maybe stagger them. Mickey shows up for 30, then Minnie shows up for 30.
That would be smart.
Maybe throw in a Pluto.
I feel like there's also a marketing opportunity to go out and buy or make your own Mickey and Minnie costumes and then just send Billy and Jake out to weddings as Mickey and Minnie. It sounds like they're making absolute killing off this.
Well, and also, why wouldn't you just buy the costumes yourself, because you're probably going to want to fuck in them anyway.
That's a good point, too. They should have already had these costumes on deck.
Correct.
Is the entire issue. But yes, I would be disappointed if I was a guest at the wedding, but I would probably just leave early.
Yes.
Anyways, if that were the case. And then my cool throne. Oh, that was my cool. Wait.
That's your hot seat.
I'm confused now. My cool throne is the Wave, because the Wave came back last night.
Where?
At the Edmonton game. And the Wave came back, and then they ended up losing the game, just like the Capitals did, which is disappointing for Canadian hockey fans to participate in that type of behavior during a big game.
Yes.
I would not have expected that, but I guess the cool throne is the curse of the Wave.
Yes.
It's still here. So in the playoffs, again, in the regular season, wave all you want. In the playoffs, in the third period, maybe cool it on the Wave.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's probably not the best time to do the Wave. My hot seat is Leonard Fournette and Deshaun Watson, because we got bad angle pictures going around. Deshaun Watson, I don't know if you saw, but Mike Florio, our uncle / father, Mike Florio, tweeted out a picture of Deshaun Watson. He's got what looks like a very small penis, and then Leonard Fournette looks very fat. Everyone's giving him the Eddie Lacy treatment.
You just tweeted a nude?
I don't think. No, it was him and his.
In a massage parlor?
No, it was him and his pants, his Browns pants. Leonard Fournette looks great. I don't know why people are going after him. He's our colleague, Barstool Lenny, but he does maybe a little chunky. Do you see the
I saw the Leonard Fournette. I haven't seen the. Oh, I'm looking at the Deshaun now.
Yeah. I feel like Florio did that on purpose.
He's got athlete dick.
Yeah, right. No, he does.
He's playing a sport. Sometimes it turtles a little bit.
Yeah, all the blood goes to your muscles and not to your penis.
And also, he probably just got done being jacked off somewhere, so he probably has a small little dick at the time. I did see there's a new accusation against Deshaun. I'm about ready to say like I've seen enough, and that I feel like Deshaun Watson should not be allowed to play this year. I don't until they figure out what's going to happen with the civil suits, because this is now 24 women
and
with like strikingly similar details about what's happening. And at the very least, if you've listened to his lawyer recently, his lawyer has kind of pivoted to being like, yeah, listen, Deshaun likes to get massages, and who amongst us has not gotten a happy ending? So how can we judge the consensual agreement between Deshaun and the massage therapist, which is a far cry from being like Deshaun was just getting massages. I don't know, man. I feel like Deshaun Watson, he's the stats are piling up against him.
Yeah. No, it's definitely the pivot that the lawyer has made, where it's like, yeah, happy endings aren't illegal. Like, wait, what?
It's like you were telling me that this was just about body maintenance a second ago.
Yeah. So they're slowly just, they're changing the goalposts on us.
Yeah, I don't
slowly
know,
but surely.
I don't know what's going to happen this year, but I feel like Goodell's about to make a decision soon, right?
Yeah.
Or whoever his high counsel is right now.
Well, and that's Baker playing for the Browns would be very interesting.
It would be.
Yeah. My cool throne is college football, just because I'm officially now ready for college football. It happens right around now. I think people probably saw I tweeted. I'll tweet. I can't wait for college football. That's when a college football thought pops in my head. And this is right around where it's like I'll just daydream and be like, I can't wait for a Saturday college football, and then I'll just tweet it. So you'll probably see those every now and then pick up, but God damn it, I can't wait for college football. And the NFL, but college football obviously starts a week earlier, so it always feels a little more attainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was talking to people the other day, and they were like, who do you think is going to be like the top 4 going into the preseason next year? I was just off the top of my head, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson.
Clemson will be back.
And what? We want to say...
USC's putting together something.
So we might have a new team.
Yeah, no,
there.
USC, I don't think USC will be there just yet, but
Georgia
they've gotten a lot of
was the other
transfers.
one.
Yeah, Georgia, they've gotten a lot of transfers, and they've gotten some talent, and like, I don't know, there's a lot of buzz now.
I am theoretically excited about college football, but I got a little bit less excited when I did my top 4, and it was Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Clemson again.
Yeah, I don't even care about that. I just want to watch I want to watch Purdue versus Northwestern on a Saturday morning at noon. That's all. That's all I want. I could just die with that. Billy, hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat is Miles Bridges of the Hornets. He posted on his Instagram story some dirty soda in the styrofoam and a blunt. So he claims it was pink lemonade, but it was very obviously probably some sort of scissorp.
How do you know that?
Because why would you put it in a styrofoam cup?
Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes you go to a gas station, that's all they got.
He also tweeted a couple days ago, I got emotions I'm trying to suppress. Coincidentally.
And didn't he tweet something out last night?
He
trying
also
to clarify
raps.
it? Oh, so
What are you saying?
wait, so rappers...
You have to.
Rap about lean all the time.
That is true.
Macklemore got addicted to lean.
Yeah.
And that's
A
why he
lot
has
of rappers
yeah.
got addicted
So,
to
like,
lean.
he's following in Macklemore's footsteps, it sounds like.
Macklemore is your example?
Yeah, no, this is... No, he's right. He's right.
Lil Wayne? Like,
No,
Billy's
Macklemore.
like hit rapper Macklemore.
He rapped about it in one of his songs.
Yeah, no, Eminem also got really
Billy's-
into that sort of thing.
Billy's top 5 rappers list is actually Will Compton's, but totally unironically. Macklemore, Eminem.
Macklemore, Ryan Davis, all those guys.
It's Ryan Davis.
Wait, was it Macklemore featuring Ryan?
Ryan Lewis.
Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, Ryan Lewis.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
mistake.
That was a weird relationship. All right, your cool throne.
My cool throne is Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald got a new contract, $95 million, largest non-quarterback contract in NFL history.
I love that he like the whole announcement, like he's back. I know that he said he was going to retire, but did anyone ever think he was going to retire? He just won a new contract.
Exactly.
Right.
So a couple of things. Once again, the Rams are just pretending that the salary cap doesn't exist.
Correct.
And then the other thing, when I first saw this, I thought, like, Patrick Mahomes is already kind of underpaid.
Oh, yeah.
So he signed that $500 million contract, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's crazy to say with a $500 million contract, but if you look at what the other big money being spent around the league is going to right now, it's like you could very much make the argument that Patrick Mahomes should not have signed that deal.
I wonder if there will be a quarterback that does like the LeBron type deals where it's like 2 years max money. I can just keep dipping into more and more. I guess obviously, the NFL, it's a dangerous sport, but quarterbacks are protected and there's not, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see if anyone tried to do that.
I feel like maybe on a quarterback's second or third big deal, they could do that. So like if you play out your rookie contract, maybe you renegotiate 3 or 4 years into it, and then you get like another 4-year deal on that. And then after you already get that money guaranteed, then your next one's like a 2-year deal.
Yeah, I
and
guess
then you
you
start hopping around.
You can rip it up at any time. I'm sure Mahomes will rip it up. I mean, they've ripped up Rodgers like a million times. So
Yeah.
that will probably end up happening. But you're right. It does feel like he's underpaid already, especially knowing how good at golf he is. He could do like a John Elway situation.
Yep.
Where he just uses golf as leverage. Maybe the LIV Tour.
There was
But I mean, they can't compete with the LIV Tour.
They can't.
Tony Romo should probably renegotiate with CBS and be like, I'll go on the LIV Tour.
The LIV Tour could honestly, it would probably be worth their while to try to pay Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, or Tony Romo.
To play on the tour. Or Danny Woodhead.
Or Danny Woodhead.
Let's get Danny Woodhead some Saudi money.
Yes.
I would love that.
That's sweet, sweet Saudi money. All right, Billy, you're done. Jake.
One of my hot seats was the Los Angeles Angels on a 12-game losing streak, and they actually just fired Joe Madden 5 minutes ago.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Breaking moves.
figured I'd throw that out there. Another hot seat is singing the national anthem because the new trend is using it with a saw. I don't know if you guys saw this. The Oakland Athletics had someone play the national anthem with a saw.
Yeah, I've seen people perform like that on the subways before.
Yeah.
you can get some good tone out of the
it's
song.
interesting.
They're just trying anything to get people to the games.
Yeah.
That's also how the LIV Tour will play their national anthems.
Yes. True.
My cool throne is Rasheed Wallace. LeBron has a new assistant coach. Excuse me. Future guest LeBron has a new assistant coach, and his name is Rasheed Wallace, joining Lakers coaching staff.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
I think to a certain extent, you want to build your coaching staff with people that are fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
And Rasheed Wallace would qualify.
Your
as that.
assistant coaches should definitely be the intermediary where like you want to hang out with them and they also hang out with the head coach.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop type
right,
thing.
right.
And then I also saw Stephen A. Smith got mad at Russell Westbrook because he went to the introductory press conference for Ham, the new coach of the Lakers, and Stephen A. Smith was mad at Russ for being at that press conference, for like making it about himself somehow. I don't know. Stephen A. Smith he's grasping at straws sometimes.
He needs a nap.
He does.
He needs a nap.
He needs
It's
to
right
just
around the end of
take
this-
a day.
yeah.
Listen, Stephen A. Smith, if you need me to write some stuff for you, for your appearances on Get Up, I'm happy to do so.
He needs a nap. Okay, let's get to our appearance with Kentucky Sports Radio. We got some calls. We got some Cal's hot seat talk. Great time with them. And then on the other side, we'll do some guys on chicks. Okay, before we get to Kentucky Sports Radio best of, a quick word from our friends at Game Time. Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. They're the only ticketing company Barstool Sports uses to buy tickets created by fans for fans. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. I actually had someone tweet at me the other day being upset about a different ticket company and the tickets they got to a Cubs game, and I was like, dude, don't come to me. I've been telling you about Game Time. Game Time will always take care of the people. So they've cracked the code on how to score deals on last-minute tickets. Speaking of which, the summer is heating up. There's no shortage of shows to see this year. Tons of concerts coming up. Us in the Game Time are kicking off summer with Bieber Fever, giving away 2 tickets to the Justin Bieber concert in New York City next Tuesday.
Not if there's Game 7.
Not well.
Yeah, interesting.
No. What?
If there's a Game 7,
The Rangers
are
have it scheduled,
scheduled
the
for the same night, and the Bieber concert would have to get canceled. So maybe they'll give you 2 tickets to that. Yeah.
It's not okay. All right.
It's a situation that's brewing. That's obviously dependent on if there's a Game 7.
Okay, all right. So we'll either way, he will perform eventually, and
Yes.
you can win tickets to it. So to enter, tweet a screenshot of your Game Time profile for a chance to win. Game Time is the absolute best place to score last-minute deals on shows this summer, so make sure to use code PMT when you sign up for $20 off your first order. Code PMT when you sign up for $20 off your first order. Okay, here they are, the best of Kentucky Sports Radio callers and our segment about keeping John Calipari off the hot seat. Jim Calipari off the hot seat. Okay, welcome in.
The best day of the year for us.
Yes, we are not Matt Jones. We are the podcast Part of My Take. I am Big Cat. I'm here with PFT. We got our whole crew in the studio.
Like, legitimately, this is the most fun day that I have at work, I think, for the entire year. This is our 7th year doing this.
7th year. Kentucky Sports Radio Takeover. We appreciate it.
3 administrations.
Yeah, three presidencies. Matt Jones is, I don't know why he keeps asking us back. Some people hate us. A lot of people love us. But we're here today, and we're going to do something very, very important for the people of Kentucky. We are the podcast that has hosted once, like PFT said, once a year for 6 years. This is our 7th year. And every year we've pushed to have Coach Calipari on the hot seat. This is the year we officially back our guy Call, and we take him off the hot seat, and we plead with the state of Kentucky and the people of Louisville? Lexington. We need to get Coach Cal a new contract today.
Well, I think, Big Cat, the thing is, like, we can admit when we're wrong about a take.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't matter how dug in we've been on something. If the facts change and things come to light that are undeniable, we will change our take because we learn, we evolve, and Coach Calipari is a guy that I think has earned a lifetime contract. And, they say he has a lifetime contract, but I'm looking at the details. He's already 2 years into a 10-year contract right now.
Three
years.
This is the completion of his third year.
At the end of 3 years,
Coach Kyle.
He needs, I think, like a double lifetime contract. I don't think he's got the security that he needs to be successful as a coach there. I think that when you lose Brad Calipari, it's one of those things where he's not comfortable because they essentially threw his family out of town.
Right.
Make him the guy. Let him know. Give him the commitment and say, listen, Coach Sal, I want you to stick around. I want your family to be here. And give him 2 lifetime contracts.
So I couldn't agree more, PFT. I want to get into the numbers with the people, and people can call in and discuss this with us. It will be our hot button topic of the day. How many years? So instead of is Coach Calipari on the hot seat, it's how many years should we extend him? Because right now, Coach Cal has 7 lame duck years. You're staring right in the face of it. 7 years where he might.
How can you recruit?
How can you recruit when you have 7 years left on your contract? Let's get him 10 more years on top of that. Let's do some stats, though.
Okay, yeah. I've got a lot of stats for you.
Okay, all right. You start. I'll just bounce off with you.
Okay, so first of all, Coach Cal's got his haters out there. But if you look at the actual numbers in 2021, they were the fastest SEC team on average to score 10 points in a game.
That's good.
Now tell me this, Big Cat. When you start a half,
Yep.
That's a lot on the coaching and how the coaching staff has you prepared to get out the gate, to jump out on them, right?
That's a fact.
So they never called a timeout on the road in the first 15 minutes of any regular season game. And that's something that you can't say about other teams.
No.
So like when you talk about Kentucky fans, I actually think Kentucky fans are on the hot seat.
Yes.
I think they're on the hot seat because it might be said you're not even a basketball school anymore.
Yeah, because Coach Calipari is like he knows what he's doing. He uses his timeouts well. I also saw a stat, PFD, this is a stat. Cal, when he uses a timeout, did you see the same stat? I'm pulling it up right now. That's why I'm filibustering.
Yeah. No, when he did call a timeout.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go.
He made it count. So Kentucky had the highest win percentage when Jim Calipari was calling these timeouts. They had the highest win percentage in the SEC in games where they called a timeout while trailing. That means that when he does use the timeouts, he's using them effectively. I would say that's a very solid metric in terms of the impact that a coach has on an in-game adjustment.
I absolutely agree. I also have a stat for you. The 10 best starts by winning percentage in coaching college basketball history, and I'm judging starts to your career by the first 29 seasons. Coach Calipari, he is ahead of Mike Krzyzewski, who I think everyone said was, this legend, the GOAT, whatever you're going to say. He is literally ahead of him. There's only one other guy active. No, there's no other guys active that are ahead of him. The list is Adolph Rupp. You ever heard of him in Kentucky? Yeah, that's right. Your legend. John Wooden, Jerry Tarkanian, Roy Williams, Fog Allen, Dean Smith, then John Calipari. All right, we are back. It is part of my take over on Kentucky Sports Radio.
Big Cat, I'm just reading up on the most recent Kentucky news here. And you talk about all class. John Calipari tweeted out this morning.
It's Calipari.
John Calipari tweeted out this morning, actually very classy thing. Very classy thing. So they just lost Keon Brooks, I believe, right?
Okay.
Keon Brooks Jr. And so they lost him to Washington. He just tweeted out, Keon gave his best to our program, was loyal, improved every year, was a great teammate. I have great respect for Washington and will be rooting for them and Keon unless we have to play them. I don't think that you'll find a classier statement from a coach
That's a fact.
that has lost a player to another Division I school, to the transfer portal, than what Coach Cal is putting out right there. And honestly, you can't blame the player either. Washington is a great basketball school.
Spencer Hawes.
The Pacific Northwest is on the up and up. I mean, you look at the great products they put out. Markelle Fultz, Isaiah Thomas,
Spencer Hawes.
I mean, they're the new powerhouse right now, so it's no shame in losing a player.
Agreed.
To the University of Washington.
Agreed. The Purple Rain is back.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go back to the calls. I think we have Harvey, who we've never actually talked to, but we've heard is a legendary Kentucky Sports Radio caller. Harvey, are you there?
Yeah.
How you doing, Harvey? I feel like I'm meeting a hero because we've heard so much about you. How's it going?
It's going good, but I've been listening, and I wanted to put this out to all the listeners. I've been a fan for the Kentucky Wildcats. In fact, when I'm 85, okay, I played basketball on a dirt floor, and I go way back to Bill Spivey, Wawa Jones, listening to them on a dry cell battery when there was no electricity, things like that. But what I wanted to address was Coach Cal. Okay, now listen, I have watched him for years, as long as he's been there. I think that he picks his players by their energy. I'm talking about their aura energy, their spiritual energy. I think that he reads on this like maybe other people do, and it's like what you call a vibe, a feeling, or energy, and everyone in the universe has that energy and is connected to the universe. And I know people might think I'm crazy, but it's called your aura or spiritual signature, and if you can see it, you can tell exactly if a person's going to play good, if he's going to respond well. I just think that he reads people, and that's how he selects the people that he wants to play and the ones he wants to sit on the bench.
I agree with you.
Them.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
You're absolutely right, Harvey. I'm curious, because you sound like a guy, you understand this type of thing, this type of spirituality. What's your vibe? What's your read on Coach Cal himself?
My read on Coach Cal, I've never got to get close enough to him just from seeing him on TV, but you have to really work on transcendental energy, and I haven't got that close enough to him, but I would read him that he is really concerned more about the individual than their aspect for playing. The playing comes second. The first is the individual himself, and he wants to produce a good individual out of that young person.
Yep. Yeah, Harvey, I couldn't agree more. Basing, vibes, how the game's gonna go. Now, Harvey, I've heard a ton about you. Like I said, it's great that you're calling in. I heard you're a bird man. You love birds. What's going on in the bird world these days?
Oh, I know about the crows. Yeah. The crows will talk to you. They will leave you gifts. Birds, here's the whole thing, is that every person has a frequency. Their voice has a frequency. And if you can figure out what frequency or what energy you're promoting toward the animal kingdom, plants or anything, you communicate through that frequency. It's not the audible frequency that humans communicate, but it's your feelings. The same thing, your energy field, your aura. We're all connected.
Yes,
I agree. I agree 100%. That's how, like, human beings, their body language towards dogs especially, you can walk into a room and create an instant bond with an animal. They understand things that I think sometimes, we get lost in because we try to pay too close attention to the words that are being spoken and not enough to the general energy that's being communicated back and forth. So what's an example of a time that you've interacted with an animal and you've just put your vibe out there and you've befriended it or you've connected with it on a level that you previously didn't expect?
That I am, it's when they actually want something from you, like a gift, or you're feeding them. It's you promoting your necessity toward their necessity, and they pick up on those vibes or that energy. It's like I say, we're all connected, and it's what necessity is there at the time that you're promoting yourself to them.
Now, Harvey, as a bird guy, we had someone call in a couple of years ago and point out the fact that the Louisville Cardinal has teeth, and birds don't have teeth like that. Does that bother you when you see that? When you see Kentucky play Louisville and you see the Cardinal at center court or midfield, and it's got these big old chompers that make no possible sense?
That's all, something. It's all about money and promoting this or promoting that.
Big teeth.
But when you get down to it, I just look at the spirit of the bird or the individual. I don't worry about those other unnecessary facts. I just try to pick the truth out of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey, as a guy who's also done a lot of drugs, the guy over in Louisville, Rick Pitino, he was very close with Papa John. Papa John always gave me some bad vibes. What kind of vibes do you get from Papa John?
I never eat Papa John's. I hardly ever eat pizza. I'm just an old beans and potato person myself.
Ooh,
beans and potato.
I like that. I like that.
That's efficient.
So Harvey, how about let's talk about Kentucky football, because the vibes have changed there. How do you see the team doing this year, and what would you maybe like? What changed in the last few years to make the boys have a lot of success on the field?
Well, I think the main thing is that they're losing the people that the younger players look up to follow in their footsteps and try to be as great as they are. They're losing all those people, so they don't have any role models to go by. And I don't think Kentucky's football is going to be as good this year as it was last year, because they've lost a lot of good people, and all these other ones, they don't have any standards to go by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Harvey, tell me a little bit about growing up playing basketball on the dirt floor. What was different about the game back then? Was it harder to play defense? Was it harder to fall down on? Would it scrape you up? What was that like?
Well, actually, I was raised in an orphan's home, and they couldn't afford a gym. So I think that it made us a lot better playing on a dirt court with a round hoop. We didn't even have a net. And then when we got invited to play at other schools like Hazard or Caney Creek or other different places, Paintsville, we excelled because, man, here we are on a floor that it's responding, and the dirt floor wasn't as forgiving. If you had a pebble or something down there, well, wow, there goes your ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I could see it's like, taking practice cuts in baseball with a leaded donut. You step up to the plate, and it's much easier to swing that way.
Yeah,
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, shooting with no net is very difficult.
Do you think maybe Coach Calipari should implement some of those rules and have the boys practice on a dirt floor?
No net?
Maybe no net, and that way when they get into the gym, the game seems a lot easier.
Hey, that might be a good tune to go by. I wouldn't mind talking to Coach Cal sometimes, but he's out in his, I could say never land, but I'm just old Joe down here in the valley, reading the plants and talking to them, the crows and everything. But you know what? I know where I'm going, and I know what I am. So that's the whole essence of life.
I love you, Harvey. I just want to say, I'm in love with you.
You're the man, Harvey. What was the reading the plants? What are you doing day to day? Because we live in New York City. We don't get to be around nature very often. So what are you doing on a day to day when you're talking to the crows and reading the plants?
Well, I walk by. I have a big flower garden. I have 3 gardens. I walk by and you don't touch them, but you use your energy field like if you're caressing or like rubbing your hand over the back of an animal. You don't have to touch them because they have their energy field, you have yours, and if you're compatible, which you're already connected by the universe, they feel you. They communicate with you. Your hands will tingle whenever you do this, you'll get a little tingle feeling, and you will understand and feel that love, that unconditional love that they're giving to you.
We need to get back out in nature.
Harvey,
that's all I'm learning.
Do you have a particular plant that you vibe with the best, like your best friend of a plant?
Well, all plants are friends to me, but I like the red clover because it's a blood thinner. It's a good blood. It constitutes a lot of good factors in your blood, and it grows taller than a lot of things in the pasture, and it stands out. And that's a spiritual signature right there. These plants that stand out, they're crying out to you. Look at me, I have something to give to you. Just like all these ladies that are dressing beautiful and all this stuff, and you see they're standing there, look at me. It's all there. You just have to read the signs,
Yeah. Well, Harvey, this has been incredible. We really appreciate you calling in. Do you have anything else you wanted to get off your chest or anything you wanted us to talk about for the rest of the show today?
No, I'd just like to say that I think that Cal and this team might do better than last year, and I'd just like to say I'm a veteran. I'd like to say God bless America.
Love that.
Thank you.
Love
God
that.
bless
and
America.
Harvey,
God bless you, Harvey.
God bless you, and I'm putting a future on the Kentucky Wildcats right now because of the vibe check on Harvey. That's all I needed to hear.
I love that, Harvey.
So I appreciate it. Be well, Harvey. Be well.
I have one last question for you, Harvey. What is your favorite beach in Kentucky?
My favorite what?
Your favorite Kentucky beach?
I live near Lake Cumberland. If I go down there, I like to go down, sit and watch nature,
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you, Harvey. We appreciate it. We're going to take a break, but be well, and hopefully our paths cross again.
Yeah, Matt texted me and asked me if I'd call in, so I hope that somebody has learned something, because if we're not learning something daily, then we're going backwards.
Agreed.
Okay?
100%.
Agreed. And guess what? When Kentucky wins the national championship next year, it will be because of this call and your vibe check on how they're going to do. So I'm putting the future in. I'll split the money with you if we win.
Okay, that's great.
Yep.
Hey,
All right.
All right. Thank you.
I love y'all's show. I love this station. Thank you so much.
All right,
Fare thee
thank
well.
you, Harvey. All right, let's take another break. We'll be back in a minute to finish up Hour 1 of Kentucky Sports Radio. Thank you, Harvey. Hour 2, part of my takeover. Thank you to Kentucky Sports Radio and Matt for letting us host today. We're going to get back to the phone lines, but we first have a very special guest. It is your starting quarterback for Kentucky, Will Levis. Will, are you there?
Levis.
We know how to pronounce names. Levis. We've also heard Levis, but Levis was what Shannon said, so that's what I'm going off of. Will, how do you pronounce your last name? First question.
Levis.
Damn, PFT,
Damn.
apologize.
Owned.
All
Will,
good.
what's up, man? It's been, I feel like we've needed to have you on the show on Pardon My Take for forever, and this worked out perfectly that you can call into Kentucky Sports Radio. How are you feeling? How's everything going? You're the number 1 pick in Mel Kiper's next year's mock draft. What are the vibes, as we've learned from Harvey?
No, well, first I got to say thanks so much for having me, and I've been able to meet and talk to a lot of really, really cool people, but being an AWL and a fan of you guys for so long, I've never been so jacked just to talk to somebody. I actually met Tom Brady, one of my idols, last week, and I'm just as nervous talking to you guys as I was to him, which is kind of funny.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, it's going really, really well right now. We're all back on campus working out, and it's been good to see the guys and get things going. And, yeah, seeing all the mock drafts is pretty cool. As PFT said, we know historically that all those are 100% accurate, so that's pretty cool to kind of have that kind of in the back pocket now. But, no, I mean, it's a lot of cool kind of energy right now and vibes, but you kind of just got to put all that outside noise behind you and just focus on the main thing. And the main thing right now is just working with the dudes.
Yeah,
Love it.
I mean, you're totally correct. Sam Howell, he was ranked number 1 in the first mock draft that came out. We all saw how this actual draft went. He was the best quarterback in the entire draft. He happened to get taken in the 5th round, but yeah, you're number 1 right now, and I think it's safe to say that we're throwing our support behind you, Will. How has your nutrition been going this offseason? Because I've been a fan of yours. It's funny you say you're nervous talking to us. I'm nervous talking to you because as a big-time mayo boy myself, I like putting mayo in everything. I put mayo in my eggnog. I put mayo in my mac and cheese. You changed the game, though. You put mayo in your coffee. And I'm curious to know, like, have there been any pushback on your diet this offseason? Are you incorporating mayo into any other meals?
So, yeah, I made sure to talk down and sit with my nutrition and make a plan for this off season to how I want to go through with my eating habits. And we've made sure to kind of find a plan that allows me to have mayo in my diet as frequently as I can while taking sacrifices elsewhere. So I can continue with that, which is really good. Going to continue to put that on all sandwiches I have and the occasional cup of coffee as well. But I do think it's a staple of where it has gotten to me as far as I have so far with my body and my physical performance. So it's worked so far, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
I love that. Built by Mayo, Will Levis. That's a nice tag for you. I do think that mayo gets a bad rap a lot of times. Like, people like to thumb their nose at mayo and be like, oh, it's the worst condiment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I think that mayo is one of the, like, if you don't like mayo on a turkey sandwich, you're a psychopath.
Yeah, and it's like people that say that too. It's like, isn't like all aioli technically mayo too? And like all these like fancy people trying to say like, oh, I got this aioli for my side or whatever. I'm like, dude, it's fancy mayo. Like, don't call it anything more than what it is. Like, it's delicious stuff, and people should just accept that.
Yeah, that's a Matt Jones word for mayo.
It's when he's in the south of France all summer. No, mayo is someone decided online that mayo was bad, and then it just went like from there. It's kind of like the same person who decided like avocados are the greatest thing online, and then it went from there. It just starts with one person, and then we get to a point where people are shaming mayo. It's like, mayo on a sandwich is good.
It's undeniably good.
Absolutely good. If you don't like it, if you want to call us mayo boys, we proudly stand as mayo boys.
Undeniably a top 3 condiment, so versatile, and it's just people against Big Mayo, but I'm going to stand behind the movement and stay strong with my position on the subject.
Now, what about the bananas? So have you been eating bananas? You went viral for that. I honestly can't tell if you're a psycho or you're really good at trolling the internet, which I guess you could just be both, but are you still eating bananas with the entire peel on?
Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely a little bit of both. Definitely a psycho. I think anyone close to me can tell you that. But, yeah, when that all came out, it was pretty crazy. And just to tell the story real quick, I mean, I put on my TikTok a video of me just eating like a completely brown banana and just eating it whole, peel and all, didn't think much of it. And then when I got the starting job last year, I think some fan tried to, like, troll me on Twitter and was like, this is your starting quarterback, like, going and doing this, like, nonsense. And it actually backfired him and got me a lot more good press than anything, which was pretty funny. Seeing the guys on SEC Network on SEC Game Day or whatever, Feinbaum and Tebow eating bananas with the peels on, it's kind of like I'm over here. It's kind of like, what have I done? So it's kind of a crazy little thing that's happened, and I definitely from time to time do still eat the bananas with the peel on.
That makes it even better, by the way. The fact that you weren't like the starting quarterback when you did it. You weren't looking for attention. I mean, you were making a TikTok, but you were truly eating the banana, and someone found it after the fact. Damn, I'm even more Team Will Levis now. Kentucky's going to go SEC championship. You thinking maybe SEC championship this year?
That's the goal. That's what our hearts are set on, and that's what what's been established from day one of the off season. And I mean, listening to Harvey call in earlier, I mean, the fans who say that we're not going to be as good as last year, or that we're lacking the leadership from a senior standpoint, I'm definitely going to be stepping in and making sure that I'm the guy for the team, and we definitely have other guys that can do that. But hey, motivation, especially from our fans who are doubting us, is as much motivation that we can get.
Yeah, I think Harvey, his heart's in the right place, right? So he's just concerned, and I guess if you're Harvey, this is probably like college sports has got to be very difficult for you having any optimism because every year there's a lot of turnover. So you're going to lose some leadership no matter what. What steps can you take proactively to comfort people like Harvey, to send good vibes out there? What are you doing to increase the vibes of the team?
I think everyone just needs to kind of take a chill, Phil, and just let the guys do what we've been doing. Obviously, Coach Stoops, since he's brought the program to where it is, we've been able to bring it to a new level, and we're just trying to increase that standard, and we're coming in every day to making sure that everything that we do is in line with that standard. So, I mean, it's worked so far, and I think as long as we just kind of keep working the way that we have been, then things are all going to work out.
So you guys have been, I mean, Kentucky's had a good couple years here in football. I'm just one small piece of advice just from something I gained earlier in this show. Have you considered talking to the grass at all? Just putting the vibes out there.
100%. And I think that playing on a lot of grass fields, we're turf here at Kentucky, but we practice on grass, and I make sure to go out there, do my barefoot walks, and get in tune with the nature. And the grass is definitely something that I've been impressed in since I've been to Kentucky. You hear about the Kentucky bluegrass and how well everything's been kept, and it is nice to go out there and kind of talk to the ground and make sure that you're in line with your surroundings. And I do think that that's something I can implement more into my preparation routine.
I love it.
One thing we like to do when we host Kentucky Sports Radio every year is we like to just bash Louisville to ingratiate ourselves with Big Blue Nation. So this year you put up a 50 burger on Louisville. You had an incredible game. You had 4 rushing touchdowns, 14 for 18 passing, like pretty much a perfect game. Like they stink, right? Like we're going to roll over them again next year.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I mean, I know you guys like poking fun and trying to get people going with Coach Call and Calpieri and all that.
What are you talking about?
Louisville. Yeah, exactly. But when I first got here, it's just funny when you're talking like from an outsider's perspective. It's always been Louisville, and it's like the one thing that someone from Louisville will always chomp at the bit at is to wait for a Yankee to come down here and pronounce it Louisville, and just to kind of stab you and say, hey, it's Louisville. And I've kind of taught myself to have that like gargle in the back of my throat whenever I'm pronouncing it, just to not piss them off. But yeah, it's a fun rivalry, and even though I've only been a part of it for this past year, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we have the same result this year as last year.
Yeah, so so there you heard it. Bulletin board material. Will Levis is going to kick I almost swore there, but we're on radio, kick the S out of Louisville.
Louisville, correct.
Yes, Louisville.
I love it. And so I'm reading about you here, Will. It says that you're a finance major. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So what does that mean for your day-to-day? Like that sounds like it's more of a challenging major than a lot of other football players have if they're going to go like an easy route. Because Billy also studied finance. Billy Football, I'm sure you're familiar with his body of work, and you saw that how negatively impacted his on-the-field performance in college. Are you concerned you're spending too much time in the classroom?
Yeah, I guess Billy and I are a lot more similar than I guess I'd thought of. I mean, both being quarterbacks and both being finance majors, I call myself the D1 version of Billy.
Yes,
cool.
Willie football, yeah.
But no, I mean, I got my undergrad at Penn State, got my finance degree in 3 years, doing my master's in finance as well here. And, yeah, I mean, just do whatever I can to do well in school, but don't know. My focus right now is playing ball as long as I can, but doing whatever I can to make sure that backup plan is in place. And in terms of just how I use it in my everyday life, I give my teammates some excellent investing advice. I find the cheapest like kind of cryptocurrency I can find and just tell them to buy as much of it as possible. And it's always worked out except for a couple times, and got a couple gripes with some teammates at this point. But I'm not a personal financial advisor. I make that clear to them.
Yep.
So take all my advice with a grain of salt. But make a couple bucks for some people here and there. The least I can do.
Yeah. Hypothetically, and I'm not going to hold you to anything, but just hypothetically, if you were to say one like really bad crypto coin that I should buy right now because it's dirt cheap, what would that be?
Oh, get back on the Shiba Inu train, man. I mean, it's last summer. I think it got some hype earlier this year, but it's always going to come back up. Stocks and crypto only goes up, as we all know. So
That's
if you buy
true.
Now, you're gonna make a lot of money.
You are not a finance professional.
Yes, that is very true. All right, I have one last question. It's the Roback question. Go to rhoback.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. I just threw in the Roback question for you there, Will, to make it feel official. My last question is, how many years do you think Coach Sal should get extended for? That is the hot topic we've been discussing all show today.
So I heard you guys throw out the number. I think it was 18, right?
Yeah, 17 years, 10 years on top of his current 7.
Yeah, and I really like the logic too behind being able to recruit those 1-year-olds so that they know in 18 years' time they're ready to go. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just being able to see what Coach Cal has done, I think that he deserves the largest contract in college basketball history. Mm-hmm. And I think 17 might not even be enough. I think if we get into the 20s and he's coaching well into his 70s, possibly even 80s, 90s, who knows? Like, I mean, the success can only keep going, and I hope that they can keep him as long as possible. And I know that there's been some shortcomings in the last couple of years in terms of the fan standards, but hey, if we can get 1 or 2 more championships in those next 35, 40 years, I think it could be awesome.
Here's what I think we should do. This is almost like a little human centipede action. We're going to create a website called extendcal.com, and that's going to basically be promoting the fact that Cal Perry is going to need at least 17 years to do the job at task.
Well,
and then what we're going to do is we're going to sign you, Will, to an NIL deal from extendsal.com, and then we're going to pay you to promote the website, and then we just go in a big circle and everyone in Big Blue Nation wins. I think we just fixed Kentucky athletics.
It fixes the football team. It fixes the basketball team. For
Everything.
Sure. One slight adjustment I'd like to make to the Extend Cal train that we've got going on here is, we keep talking about like lifetime contract.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a little morbid.
Yeah.
It's like you can't wait to fire the guy. It's almost like you can't wait till he dies.
Also,
why don't we give him a lifetime and afterlife contract where he's, Ghost Cal is almost the head coach emeritus.
Well, it also assumes that Coach Cal Perry is going to die, and we don't know that for a fact. Maybe we do that.
I think,
Go ahead, Will.
Maybe keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah, Brad.
Have Brad come in and have that guaranteed. And it's just, I think if we have the Cal Perry name here in Kentucky for the rest of history, then things can only go well.
Guys, we're brainstorming right now. I mean, what's the buzz in the news? It's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Why don't we just make the Cal Perry's monarch at Kentucky?
They should be.
So no matter what, it stays in the family name forever, and we keep winning draft picks, the NBA lottery. We keep doing all these big things that will keep Kentucky relevant. I like this. I think it's a monarchy.
They can start breeding corgis and selling those.
Yep.
I think that if you're going to select a king of Kentucky, you could do a lot worse than the Calipari family.
Right, exactly. So, Will, this has been fantastic. We appreciate it. Best of luck this season. Hopefully we'll see you at some point, and we got to have you back on before the draft, and we'll be rooting for you, man.
100%. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for having me on. Go Cats.
All right, go Cats. Love it.
You said it.
All right, that was your starting quarterback, Will Levis. Awesome dude. Awesome dude.
We're going to get back to more Kentucky Sports Radio in a second. Before we do, it's being brought to you by Skrill. Skrill is the best digital wallet for gamblers because it was built for gamblers. We talk about responsible gambling a lot. Guess what? If you're a sophisticated gambler, you need something that manages your bankroll. Well, Skrill does that for you. Whether you're playing games like poker or betting on your favorite sports, Skrill manages the bankroll using the wallet, which allows gamblers to pay instantly and securely. It's payments without limits, basically. You can access your bankroll with instant deposits and withdrawals, and also draw the cash using your prepaid card. This gives you access to your bankroll wherever you are in the world in any currency. Skrill thinks about your security relentlessly, so you don't have to share your private financial details needlessly or repeatedly. I love that about Skrill. It's here to help you. If you're a gambler, you want to be in the Skrill business. They are the best digital wallet for gamblers because it was built for gamblers. And this week only, the first 20 customers who sign up at Skrill.com/Barstool and complete your account verification get a $100 Skrill bonus. That's right, $100 Skrill bonus. Terms and conditions apply, but go to Skrill.com/Barstool, and the first 20 customers to sign up will get a $100 Skrill bonus after they complete their account verification. That's $100 for you if you're on this early. Go to Skrill.com/Barstool. That's SKRILL.com/Barstool. And now, here's more Kentucky Sports Radio.
All right, we're going to take one more break. We have a couple more breaks, but let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to the phone lines. If Edie or Buck are listening, please call in. We talked to you last year. We'd love to talk to you again. Kentucky Sports Radio, pardon my takeover, back right after this. All right, we are back. Pardon my takeover, Kentucky Sports Radio. I think we have on the line one of our favorite callers. We talked to her last year. Edie, are you there?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Sup, Edie?
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Okay.
Excited to hear you guys again.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So what's going on in Edie's world? Do you have any new news or anything that we can catch up on with you?
Well, Matt Jones doesn't like for me to mention it, but I've been like trading NFTs and crypto and stocks.
Yeah, how's that been going? Do you have any recommendations? What do you think about the Shiba Inu that Will Levis just gave us?
I personally don't hold Shiba Inu, but that's not to say it won't go up. I don't actually hold a lot of crypto. Most of mine is into NFTs, which is where I've done pretty good at.
I love it. Wait, so what? Hold on. Why is Matt Jones trying to silence you, an entrepreneur who's making money hand over fist?
Well, he's
in
a
NFTs?
Democrat, big cat.
Oh, is that what's going on? Is he the liberal media trying to shut you down?
I think he just doesn't understand the whole NFT concept.
Yeah.
And he gets mad because, like, he says that I'm trying to shield my projects on the phone, on the radio, or whatever.
Well,
I
Edie,
think that's what he gets upset about.
Edie, let me tell you something. Matt Jones isn't here right now, so let's go. Pump everything you got. Let's hear it all.
All right. We have Psycho Kitties.
Okay.
We have the Mad Hair Society.
Okay.
We have Psycho Mollies.
Okay.
We have the Lazy Horse Race Club.
Okay.
I'm in.
Now, are these specific NFTs?
Those are my major blue chip projects.
Okay. Can I hear a little more about Psycho Kitties, please?
Absolutely. So the Psycho Kitties and the Psycho Mollies are actually part of a collection by Ugonzo and Genius, who actually have art in art galleries and sell pieces. The Mad Hair Society is also part of that, and it's going to be a play-to-earn game where the Psycho Kitties fight the Mad Hair Society. But right now, the Psycho Kitties and the Mad Hairs, they're the males of the collection. There's 10K each, so that's 20K. The Psycho Mollies, there's only 10K of those. So there's 10K of those males that ain't getting laid.
Okay, so Edie, I want to step in real quick because you mentioned one thing that I feel like I'm more drawn to, the Lazy Horse Race Club, you said. Now, is that one of those NFTs where you can buy like an electronic horse and then you own that horse and then you can watch it race? Because if it involves gambling as well as NFTs, I feel like that's a real good way to make a lot of money real fast.
Yes, and the game just dropped, as they say, a couple of weeks ago. It dropped Derby Day. And we actually met a bunch of the other investors that hold the Lazy Horse NFT at the Kentucky Derby. So if you own one of those lazy horses or lazy ponies, you will race it in the metaverse on the Oculus. And they will also have a casino, too, that you can go in. It's part of Lazy World. If you have one of those NFTs, we also have in real life racehorses. So if one of those racehorses that we own is racing, say, at Keeneland, I can show my NFT and I can get in free, go back to the stables where the horse is held, watch the race, everything for free.
Have you?
And if those in real life horses win first, second, or third, then we get a drop of the LHRC token.
I like this.
So how much does one of these NFT racehorses cost? Because I've been wanting to get into the racehorse game for a while.
Right now, I'd have to check the floor, but I'm guessing about $100 you could get one.
So Edie, we gotta take a break in a minute. Where can people find all these? I want to buy a Psycho Kitty. I want to buy a real racehorse in real life, and then NFT, and then have them meld. Where can we find it?
Okay, so Crypto.com. Through their DeFi wallet and on Abyssus Bay. And you can also follow me, Cool Chick, KEWL Chick. And I'm following you guys on Twitter also. But I host spaces on Twitter and help people guide them through setting up their wallets and everything.
Love it.
Like a shaman for NFTs. I love it.
We're going to hop into space, Edie. We appreciate your call. Thank you so much. I'm going to tweet it out right now. Be good. All right, we're back. Half hour left. Thank you again to Matt Jones, Shannon, everyone at Kentucky Sports Radio for letting us host today. We are Pardon My Take. We have Buck? Do we have Buck, Shannon?
Yeah, Buck is on.
What's up, Buck?
Buck.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Buck.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to follow, though, the Psycho Kitties and the Talking Crows and the Ghost Cow.
Yeah, well,
That's
hey,
true.
listen, you're up.
Yeah.
What do you got for
Let's
us?
get into it.
Well, Cal, I think he's been trying to hire Matt as an assistant coach since he's been there. Matt keeps turning him down because he can do more good as a senator.
Yes,
And I
that's true.
think that's what his focus is on.
Yeah, well, Matt is real good at being like, you remember that guy Baghdad Bob, the guy that used to work for Saddam Hussein, and he'd just always be like, everything's fine, Iraq is fine, we're winning this war. That's kind of what Matt's role is for the state of Kentucky. I think he does a great job of it.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think he would let gas get to $6 a gallon. I mean, it's people's recycling cigarette butts down here right now.
Yeah, gas is a big problem. What else you got going on? What's any big plans for the summer?
Well, I've got involved in the off-road community, so that's what I've been spending a lot of time promoting the off-road business here in eastern Kentucky.
What is that?
Yeah, explain that.
Well, the state created an 18-county board. 18 counties created a board, and we're trying to do a trail system like the Hatfield-McCoy Trail system in West Virginia.
Okay.
And, that's what we're trying to get in eastern Kentucky to tie our counties where people can come here and ride and see the beauty of what we got here.
Now, I think West Virginia does a good job marketing because, that's a famous feud, the Hatfields and the McCoys. Do you have any like hollers or any towns or trails named after famous murderers that you can use to promote it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there are any murders or anything that they've named them after. We've got some interesting ones, Horse Creek and Flat Lick, Pigeon Roost.
What about naming it like Patino versus Lasting Long in Bed?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the all-time
that would be
rivalries.
a great name for a holler. We just, would have to pick the short one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick versus Italian restaurant floors.
Yes. One of the greatest rivalries.
Careful, you might get stuck.
Yeah. The Alfredo sauce isn't our specialty.
Always hike with a partner. It gets muddy out there. You don't want to be stuck out in the wilderness.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
So what are you doing? Are you driving? What are you driving when you're going off-roading?
I've got a couple of side-by-sides. I've got a Kawasaki and a Honda and a Can-Am.
Wow. I love it. I mean, this actually sounds legitimately very fun. So that's a very cool project. What do you think about our idea that we need to take Coach Calipari off of the hot seat and put the Kentucky fans on there?
Well, the Cal has done an extraordinary job. I mean, you guys have covered the bases with it. How many coaches can brag about having all those number one draft picks? I mean, the fans in Kentucky, I guess we need to lower our expectations. I mean, most people around here expect a championship every year or a Final Four at least.
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say. I feel like Kentucky fans you've held your coaches to too high of a standard in the past. Listen, you're Kentucky. You're not the University of Washington. You're not going to be out here competing for national championships every year. You got to take, competing in the SEC, getting off to those good 1st to 10-point leads. Focus on the positive, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and just change the vibes a little bit. So holding to a different standard, I think it's time to just recalibrate expectations. Winning isn't the only thing if you're a real Kentucky fan. I think the real Wildcat fans understand that.
Oh, yes, certainly. I think that we have done so well, in the past that it kind of gets your expectations up there, and that's kind of what's got us off kilter. We expect to win. We expect to be the best. So maybe we are in the wrong what would you say, direction on that.
Maybe just root, to make the tournament. If you qualify for the NCAA tournament every year, I think that, it's the old saying, if you don't expect too much from me, you might not be let down.
Yeah, I mean, people could cheer for an NIT tournament win or championship. I mean, they don't have to always set your sights so high, on the national stage. Of course, I think maybe that's why we get such good players here. And that's another thing. These guys are kids. They're 17, 18 years old. I don't want to be too hard on them.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're doing the best they can.
Yeah, they're just kids. I say that all the time. When they miss free throws, they're just kids. That's absolutely a fact. Okay, so Buck, anything else you want to talk to us about? I mean, the floor is yours. We love having you on. Love reconnecting with you.
Well, it's a tough time down here in Clay County. I mean, gasoline's almost as high as moonshine. I don't know what people's going to put in their car or drink here lately.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's probably a good thing that you have to pick one now. Either get loaded on moonshine or go for a drive, but not both at the same time.
Yeah, you go for a drive or you go for a crawl. I mean, it's your choice. I mean, either one, is pretty good either way.
Yeah, true. I know gas it's outrageous right now. How high it's getting. Are you someone? We've had the debate before. Are you someone that waits till you get all the way to empty to then fill it back up, or do you fill it back up a couple times when you're at half, just so that you can always kind of convince yourself that you're not spending $100 at the tank?
Well, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I've not been to town in 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's been limiting your mobility, the gas prices.
Yeah, I don't really have a preference there. I never know how much gas is in my vehicle. It don't move much.
What about this idea? What about starting a gas station that has prices that are just crazy, crazy high? I'm talking like $9, $10 a gallon. That way people can drive by, take a picture of it, and post on social media and be like, dang, look at this crazy gas price I just found. And then you open a gas station across the road that sells it for the regular price. So that seems cheap.
That's a heck of an idea around here, I'll tell you. But I don't think anybody's going to be selling much gas. We're about ready. You can play marbles out here in the middle of the road.
Yo, okay. I mean, that's not so bad either.
Traffic has slowed down a lot.
Yeah. Everyone getting no traffic. Everyone grab a bicycle. All right. Well, Buck, thanks so much for calling in. We really appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck on working on that off-roading. That sounds very cool. Once it's finished, we're going to come down. We'll ride a motorcycle around Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Absolutely. I'd love to have you guys down here and take you up a holler.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. I want to go to a holler.
I will go in any holler.
Yep.
You show it to me. I'm a holler guy.
I'm sure there's a lot of UK fans that'd love to take you up a holler right now and maybe leave you there.
Oh, I don't want to go in that holler.
Listen,
I want to come out of any holler I go into.
Now, I just heard from at Bucky Hooves, Bucky Small Hooves on Twitter.com, pointed out that Ted Bundy spent some time in Kentucky. So maybe we named the four-wheeler trail the Ted Bundy Memorial Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anything's possible. We've got some killer trails.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Buck. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys, man. Thank you for having me.
All right. I'm giving Buck the call of the day, by the way.
It's a good call.
Yeah, but Buck is the man. I love Buck.
I love holler talk, too. I think we've debated that on this show. Like, what is the difference between a holler, a valley, a hill?
Yeah.
I want to know.
It's very intricate. That's the Don Franklin Auto call of the day. Thank you to Don Franklin Auto. Shannon, you want to do a couple calls real quick before we take our last break?
Yeah, let's do one more. Let's do Kentucky Joe.
Kentucky Joe, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. It's been a while since I heard you all on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah.
Y'all doing all right up in New York City up there with all the gasoline and everything?
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
It's listen, it's a tough time when you look at the gas prices. It's hurt a lot of people's pocketbooks. But we're in New York City, which helps. As you know about New York, we do have the best bourbon up here. We've got the best barbecue in the world.
The most delicious gas.
The most delicious gas. Smells the best up here. The fastest race horses. So, small comforts that we can take in these times.
Let's see, is Strike Rich going to win the Belmont?
Ooh, good question. The Belmont doesn't have a lot of hype this year because obviously he sat out for the Preakness. Are you? You know what? I'm very, very excited for, Kentucky Joe. I'm being Lexington for the Breeders this year, which is the Breeders is one of my favorite weekends. The fact that it's back at Keeneland has me so excited. Are you a big horse guy?
Yeah, I kind of helped a few people a few years back. I picked She Dares the Devil for the Kentucky Oaks.
Ooh.
I wrote a little song about it.
Oh,
can
let's
you
hear
sing
it.
it?
Can you do it?
Huh?
Can you sing it for us?
No, I'll tell you what I'd like to do is sing a song called Slam Dunk about UK basketball next year.
Okay.
Go off.
Yeah, let's do it.
maybe little John Anderson. I'm saying if y'all got some time here.
Yeah.
For a break.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Go.
sing
We got
away
time.
right
Yeah,
now.
sing
Listen,
away.
listen, you're on the air right now. We want to hear the song.
Okay. John, little bit of John Slam Dunk. It's gonna be a big thing. It's gonna be a big surprise. The experts will be fooled more than one more time. UK dreams will come true. UK's dreams will be right. The song I sing to you is Baby's song right now. It's gonna be a slam dunk for UK men basketball in 2023. It's gonna be so, so special. It's gonna be a slam dunk for you and me. Oh, UK men basketball team will put another banner in the Raptors are up, I say. It's gonna be a slam dunk. It's gonna be a slam dunk for us today.
Man, when I tell you, I got goosebumps.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Kentucky Joe, that was the anthem right there. I'm between Harvey talking about the vibes.
You just brought back UK basketball.
Yeah, Harvey, that was nice.
Yeah, Harvey's talking about vibes. Buck is saying that Cal has done everything for this program, and then you just gave us like every memorable team needs one of those anthems, and we've got it.
I appreciate. Thank you. I guess my first song's touched a lot of people. It's I actually called it I Bleed. I Bleed, Big Bleed, but it's also called another title. I'm a big blues fan in the morning, so I like to write songs. I've enjoyed being on KSR. I've been off for a month. I had a friend of mine sick and everything. And,
Sorry about that. Yeah,
but I enjoyed the show. Everything. Will Levis. I'll tell you one thing. I am a Mayo man too. I love my bacon tomato sandwiches with mayo.
Yes.
There we go, Mayo Man. We got Mayo Man stand up.
It's real living.
We're done.
Living
We're done
way.
being ashamed. We're done living in the shadows and the silence. Say it loud. Say it proud.
That's right. Not
I'm a
to
Mayo
be
man.
Yeah.
About mayo.
Yes. Well, Kentucky Joe, thank you so much. We appreciate it. That's a great song, and good luck with your friend. And I'm putting a future on Kentucky basketball next year. So I'm gonna say I'm splitting
Number
with
9's
Harvey.
coming next year.
Yeah. You know what? You and Harvey will split a half, all right? Because that was such a good call. Good. So if they win it all, I'm going to put some money down on it. You and Harvey get half of the share.
Okay.
All right. Love it.
Sounds good.
It's going to be
All
a
right.
slam dunk.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you to everyone. One of our favorite days of the year, Kentucky Sports Radio. We are Pardon My Take. We appreciate Matt Jones always trusting us. Thank you to Shannon. We'll talk to you guys next year.
Love you guys. Kentucky Sports Radio is brought to you by our great friends over at Simply Safe. They offer whole home protection for every window, room, and door against intruders, fire, water damage, medical emergencies, and more. And it's all monitored 24/7 by professionals ready to dispatch the police. The experts at Simply Safe will help you customize the perfect system for your home. You'll customize your system with products like the entry sensor that alerts you when a door or a window is open. You get a motion sensor. It detects humans, not pets. It's designed for high-traffic areas like a hallway where an intruder would pass through. When motion is detected, it sounds the alarm. It's got outdoor and indoor cameras, a video doorbell, a water sensor, smoke detector, and carbon monoxide detector that will dispatch the fire department immediately. If you don't have a carbon monoxide detector, you need one in your home. It's the silent killer. Carbon monoxide. Have a detector for it. Protect yourself. Protect your family. I recommend Simply Safe to all of our listeners. Having a video doorbell is a big-time game changer, and you can manage it all through the app. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes when you go to simplysafe.com/PMT. Go today, claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. So go to simplysafe.com/PMT. That's SIMPLISIFE.com/PMT.
Okay, let's wrap up. We got guys on chicks. Henry, before he departs for the wood of Game 3, Nervous?
I am nervous.
Very nervous?
Pretty fucking nervous.
Okay, but are you worried?
No, I'm just nervous. I'm excited. Butterflies.
Not worried.
No. Nervous.
It is crazy how...
You guys know how it is when you're going into a championship game. It's like there's nerves.
There's nerves.
But
you're never worried, yeah.
Game 3 is very... It's a
pivotal
very
game.
significant. Very, very significant.
Pivotal game.
Pivotal game.
As long as it's not a blowout, though. Even if it's a close loss, they can,
I
they
don't
can
like
bounce
that.
back.
Oh,
They bounce back.
This is bad. You're already bargaining.
It's got to fight.
Jesus
You're entering the bargaining
Christ.
stage. That means that you've just been delivered the bad news that you're going to die, and you're just trying to get your way out of it.
Well, the narratives,
really
the public
bad.
narratives, it's like, the internet and you guys, everyone flip-flops so hard. Game 1, it was like the Celtics going to win the championship, and then the last 3 days, it's just been Draymond, Steph Curry, Draymond, Steph Curry. Like, pick a side.
I've actually, if you listen to Monday's part of my take, Hank, I said that anyone who decides that one team is significantly better than the other is just making it up at this point.
Right.
So I don't know how that's anti either team.
Well,
they're both really fucking good, and I can't make sense of this series.
You also have the public perception now, I think, swung so hard after the Draymond game where you know that the refs are going to make a statement early. They're like, we can't let... What Draymond did with the triple block, he was a lead blocker on that one play. With like some of those clips going viral, the referees are going to be like, we can't let Draymond embarrass us again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's definitely going to be, it's going to be officiated differently. Okay, guys on chicks.
Sup, Canada boys. My boyfriend, tough day for Canada. My boyfriend refuses to have a bank account or use a credit card. He says he likes the old school feel of whipping out a wad of cash with a rubber band around it. We do not have a safe in the house, and he refuses to tell me where he's hiding all of the cash. Where should I look?
I love this, by the way. I know that we've discussed this before because Billy's afraid of cash. I think having not too much cash, because you don't want to like have so much cash that if you lose your wallet, you're like, fuck, this really hurts.
That's kind of the thrill, though.
Yeah, but I like having a like certain amount of cash on me at all times because it feels nice to be off the grid.
Yeah, I was walking around Nashville last weekend, and I stopped by the ATM before I went there, and there's no real rhyme or reason to it because every place in Nashville takes credit cards and debit cards, but I just wanted to have cash on me as I was walking around.
You know what it also is great for? It's great when you're like at a bar or going out to dinner and you're maybe like splitting the check or whatever, like maybe you leave early and just throwing like way too much cash on the table being like, here, take this.
Yeah, I also love
not having to do the split the check thing, like here's $100, I'm good.
You know what a great power move is too if you're out with friends? If you have cash on you, you can always you can tip someone that's not usually tipped in front of other people, and then they're like, wow, that's a great move. What a class act.
Yeah, what about New York City money?
Yeah, exactly. Like you tip a doorman just for doing their job. Thank you, sir, for keeping us safe.
But what about when your girlfriend tries to rob you, which this girl is clearly trying to do?
That is what is happening. Although,
where would you hide it?
Mayonnaise jar in the backyard. Dig a hole
under the where did Tony? It was under the trap. No,
yeah, it was. So
it's under the bird feed.
If you have a surplus of bird feed and corn in the backyard, put it in a bag, shrink wrap it, and then put it underneath there. I always think that it's cool when I see in movies that somebody puts it like in a plastic bag, they zip it up, and then they put it in the toilet, like in the tank of the toilet.
What I do, I don't hide money, but I do hide like candy around my house. I'll put it in my shoes.
From yourself or from your son?
From everyone besides myself.
You know, that's addict behavior.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like
Genie Sacks.
Yeah, when you have somebody that's like hiding, Genie Sacks, or somebody that's like hiding vodka.
Oh, I know.
In different drawers.
Yeah, mine is just my vodka is just Reese's Pieces.
It's Pop-Tarts.
And I'll just like sometimes I'll put on shoes and be like, whoops, there's candy in here. Like that was a mistake.
I saw a story of a lady that found like $35,000 in a couch she bought on Craigslist and returned it.
Oh,
and
what
she
a
got like
sucker.
$1,200.
What an idiot!
Well,
drives me crazy.
Well, counterpoint: if you find that much cash and you don't return it, somebody's going to come looking for that cash.
But they're going to come looking either way.
It's no country for old men.
I think the story. No, if you return it, I think the story at that point is fine and it's settled. Her real mistake was then going to the news and being like, look, I found this cash, and then I gave it back to the person because now the person that had that much cash in their couch, their spot's blown up.
Yeah.
If they come looking for the cash, they're still coming looking.
Right, but
they're not going to be like,
PFT's
oh,
right, like they're going to come murder you. I think the move is to give it back, but give back like half. Be like, I found 15,000.
Yeah, just don't give it back,
and then get murdered.
Yeah, then they show up at your house
because they're like,
just say we gave it back.
What are you talking about? The people,
the person that's missing the cash is going to show up because
right, and then you say I gave it back.
But to who?
The police.
And they'll be like, what?
They're not going to the police.
What you're tipping the cops
actually, no,
out?
he's actually right.
Like what?
They won't go to the police.
Like they're gonna come to you even if you return it or didn't return it. Like let's say you did return it, you say you gave it to the police. If you didn't return it, you say you went to the police. How does that change anything?
I just don't think that anybody in their right mind, their
like
first
you're still
reaction
either
when
going to
they
get
find a
beat
lot of
up or
cash
like whatever's going to
is
happen.
Be like, you know what? I'm going to go
you-
hand this to the police.
What I don't understand is when people, can I just, now that we're on this topic, I don't understand whenever I see a video of a person like out boating in like Miami and they find a brick of cocaine and they return that. That makes no sense to me. Keep that shit.
Right.
How would anyone know?
Exactly. Well, then it's like you got to get rid of it. That's a little bit different.
No, you don't have to get rid of it. Up your nose?
Yeah, but like, yeah, I guess.
Gotta have a party.
Yeah. Oh no. You gotta
Listen,
get rid of these party drugs.
I gotta figure out a way. If anybody knows a way to make all this marijuana disappear,
Yeah,
like I'd like for it to go up in smoke. And somebody,
But what if you found 10 kilos, like 10 bricks?
well, there you have
I would
10
throw
parties.
maybe a couple back and then keep a couple.
You wouldn't try and whatever.
No, I would not. I would not give that back.
Honestly,
no, you would try and sell it.
Yeah,
but then it's like then,
I would
then
not.
you get
I
killed.
would
That's how
not
you get
try to
murdered.
sell it. I would not try to sell it.
Billy, what would you do? Where, like, if you were looking for cash in your house, where would you keep it? Or if you were looking for a place to store your cash,
under my mattress.
Nice.
Yeah, or
no one ever suspects that.
or in the mattress.
It's also bad for your back.
Actually, I used to put valuables in the back of my dog crate. So
Oh, that's pretty good.
because then you'd have to crawl in with the dog to get
Yeah, no, that's
What
a
if-
good one.
What if your dog destroys them though?
it. Just be smart about it.
Yeah, just be smart. Tell your dog, please don't touch that.
Hey guys, bedside.
Also, your valuables are like, what is the most valuable thing you own? It's like a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, it's in the freezer.
You put it in the back of
crate.
the dog crate. All right.
Nice pair of Oakleys. Hey guys, bedside dilemma.
Shady Rays.
I've lived with my boyfriend for about 2.5 years, and I've always slept on the right side of the bed. All of a sudden, he wants my side, but I don't want to budge.
Whoa.
Technically, he did buy the bed, so it is his bed, but I've inhabited it now for this long. It is next to the window, and he does get more hot than I do temperature-wise, which is the reasoning for the switch. Who do you guys think should keep the right side? Lamayo. Hope you answer this. Have a great weekend.
Okay,
This is psycho.
I've got a definitive answer on this.
Okay.
When you go on a vacation, that's when you switch sides.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing something weird, something funky out of the ordinary. Let's get exotic. I'm going to sleep on the right side of the bed tonight. Now, in your home, the answer should always be that the person that has to wake up first in the morning, they sleep closer to the door.
To the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to like walk around the other person.
Yes, the bathroom. I also think you can't switch until you move. Like, you can't switch in a house that you've been sleeping. If you have a side that you've been sleeping on, the window to switch is when you move.
Correct.
You cannot switch like just one day switch. That's crazy.
Correct.
It's also a power move to be like, I bought the bed. Like,
Yeah.
what's she going to do?
cool.
Buy herself
Yeah.
a bed?
Yeah. that is true. She's been like, this is my bed. I bought it.
I get both sides.
I think the important thing is you establish your side and you stick to it. I think the get up early person should be close to the door. Now there is an exception, like if you have a really protective man in the relationship that's like, I have to put myself in between the door and my woman at all times.
Mhm.
But the bottom line is you have to pick a side and then you stick with that side.
You stick with it forever. And again, if maybe I could maybe think about switching if you move and it's like a whole new room and a whole new setup. But even that, I don't know. You got a side and you stick with it. That's just what you do. That's crazy.
Hey, this is Stephanie. My boyfriend is backpacking through Europe with a couple of his friends. Should I be worried he will cheat on me?
Yes.
Or is he a beta cuck and I should dump him if he doesn't? Thanks.
Yeah, definitely the second option. When he gets back, be like, yo, how many STDs you got?
Yeah. Oh, zero?
Zero? Peace.
You pussy.
I want a man that can get laid.
I think it all depends on the friends he's with. Like, if he's with party guys, he's going to cheat on you. That's just a fact. If he's with, like, outdoorsy guys who are like, oh, when you say backpacking through Europe, there's two different ways that could go. That could just be a bender through Europe where they're going city to city, or they could literally be backpacking through like the Swiss Alps. If they're doing that, you're good. Would you say?
Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate. And question him when he gets back and be like, hey, what did you do while you were there? And if he gives you like more than 2 different museum brochures and he's like, oh, I went here, then he's probably fine. If he doesn't have any museum brochures, he was fucking.
All right, last one. Hey, PFT Fat Cat.
Damn.
Rude.
Rude, mean.
Best in the Office, Jake, Billy, Bubba, and memes. Rude.
Wow.
My boyfriend and I were fucking last week, and Shrek was on in the background. The sex was going great until my boyfriend came and he said, I'm coming in your swamp. Is this normal?
I knew swamp was going to be involved.
Yeah, that's, I mean, sometimes you get caught up. You know, like if a real sexy song is on, maybe your sex is a little bit different. If you're watching Shrek, then, you know, sometimes it's part of the immersion.
Depends if he did the voice or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also just need to go along with it. Yeah.
Coming in your swamp.
And then you
There
gotta
you go.
and then you gotta just go and when you go to the bathroom, just be like, I'm gonna go drain the swamp. Like that, just keep it going.
I would have said, hello, donkey.
Oh man, yeah.
Swamp.
Do you ever when you're watching a movie, the craziest thing when you're watching a movie and you fall asleep and then you start dreaming about that movie? That's wild. Not kind of similar, but not exactly similar.
I think it's fine though to kind of get so into the movie that you're watching that it becomes part of the sex.
I just
It's a
stopped
little
watching
role play.
Peaky Blinders for a while.
Why?
Because I was having
thought
some
you were-
violent ass dreams.
Really?
Yeah, I was like going to sleep and like murdering people with a bunch of my bros.
Damn.
Who did you kill?
I don't remember.
Were you
I just
on
remember
train?
waking up being like,
There's another season,
holy
right?
fuck. I think there's a season and a movie.
Actually, it comes out on doesn't it come out on Friday?
Oh, it might.
Or
I
like
think
comes out on
the-
BBC. I don't know. Because it comes out on BBC first.
Well, the woman, the main character, she died in real life, I believe.
Yep.
The mom.
Yes.
Rose?
Polly.
Polly.
I feel like most
Great
shows,
fucking actress.
most of these shows should just be limited to 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Because the first season is always one where everyone's like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Well,
and the second season is like, it's not as good as the first.
It's also just really hard to remember. Like, I started watching season 3 of Barry, which is a hilarious show, and I watched like the recap and all that stuff, and I still was like, I don't remember anything. Feels like 5 years ago I watched this.
June 10th.
June 10th. Beautiful. Wait, so that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Friday. Hell yes. Subtitle King.
Yeah, watch it with subtitles.
Yeah. All right. Let's do our numbers.
Peaky Blinders.
It's Devil's
54 is out.
13.
69.
26.
78.
What'd you guess, Liam?
6.
Hank, what'd you pick?
13.
And you've never won.
I just orders Peaky Blinders. 64. Fuck.
64?
64.
Fuck.
64.
69.
Love you guys.
And 64.
Spanish moss. I mean, Kentucky
no.
bluegrass.
Uh-oh. He's back.
Kentucky bluegrass is actually from Spain.
Love you guys.